What's up? It's Chris from Stone Fox Media, and I hope everyone's having a blessed day. Now, I have some news that just is kind of messed up. So, maybe you've heard of IGN. They're supposed to be this impartial gaming company, and they just put out all this great news, and you just kind of get caught up in it. Sometimes their ads can be a bit over the top, but it does look like IGN has mocked Xbox for its lack of exclusives. And IGN's McCaffrey apologized, calling it unprofessional and classless. Now, this just recently happened. Of course, you see right here, you have the lowercase g God of War showing up on Instagram. And it was a comparison between the Xbox One's lack of exclusive games compared to Sony's PlayStation 4. And of course, here you can see the exclusive God of War with a black empty image for an Xbox counterpart saying, "Can you spot the difference?" Hashtag God of War. Yeah, look at that. That is messed up. They just clown Xbox because they have no games. Now, it's no secret that Microsoft has no games. There's no secret. Microsoft knows that. Phil McCracken says that. He says, like, we have no games. They have no games, okay? If you think that you have the most powerful console on the planet right now and you have no games to play on it, it kind of takes some of the, I don't know, like the sparkliness out of the awesome, powerful beast of a console, the X-Beast, for it not to have any games with it. So, of course, IGN went into full damage control mode, with Ryan McCaffrey, senior editor at IGN, going on Twitter to apologize to the Xbox team and the community for its unprofessional and classist act on behalf of the IGN editorial team. And he said, "I would like to sincerely apologize to the Xbox team as well as the Xbox community on behalf of the IGN editorial team. The Facebook and Instagram posts were unprofessional and classless, made without my knowledge. The post will be deleted ASAP." And of course, Microsoft head of marketing Aaron Greenberg did come out there and say that he appreciates the note and follow up from the IGN editor. "Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate the note." Okay. I talked about this earlier. The damage control was needed. Okay, IGN is supposed to be impartial. They're supposed to be like, hey, we're putting out the gaming news. We're not supposed to just pick a side and just clown on one side for not having anything. But to their defense, are they wrong? What is out right now to compete with that game? I'm not saying it's not unprofessional. It's totally unprofessional. Is it true? Absolutely. Unprofessional? Yes. But they have no games. There's no games. There's none. There's none on the horizon. And so we got to kind of look at this thing as for what it is. The Xbox has no games, and as they get ready to have more games in the future, I think this is going to go away, but I don't see them coming up with any first party exclusives anytime soon. I don't see it happening, and unless it happens at E3, it's not happening for the next couple of years, because sometimes they go years out at E3. But when I saw this, it was like, man, you just had to clown them so brutally. Just clowned. Just figured everybody might want to know about that. So you look at me saying things like they have no games. I ain't the only one in the world noticed. Even the Xbox bosses noticed, and they had to thank them for taking back the truth. Put it out there. Now, moving on from that news, it is some good news for the Xbox community. It does look like City of Brass will be running at 4K on Xbox One X and 1080p on PlayStation 4 Pro. Again, this X-Beast has way more power than the PlayStation 4 Pro, but there's no games. But with the game that is coming from third-party developers, because that's basically Microsoft's bread and butter right now, City of Brass is going to be coming out running with HDR support on the Xbox One X, running at 4K resolution. And basically, it was going to hook up some more enhancements. So I'm guessing it's going to have a few more of those micro enhancements. But on the PlayStation 4 Pro side, they hope to get HDR support. They're running at 1080p. Isn't the PlayStation 4 Pro supposed to be a 4K device? I know because I have one, and I don't see the 4K stuff like that. The PlayStation 4 Pro is supposed to have HDR, and it's supposed to be 4K, but I guess we're just gotta get the upscale version. It don't even say upscale; it just says 1080p. Is it just gonna be upscaled and that's it? This is one of the reasons why I'm trying to tell people that the PlayStation 5 is probably going to be coming out relatively soon. I know people are like, oh, probably going to come out to 2020. That's when they're going to do the next graphical leap. Maybe. And right now they have no incentives because Microsoft has no games. But imagine if Microsoft did have games. Do you think the PlayStation 4 Pro is going to continuously sit back? Sony's going to sit back and go, you know what? We're going to let us have the weakest console out here getting 1080p. You know how people say like, oh man, when you get a brand new console, the developers are going to find more ways to unlock the abilities, and then you're going to be able to get those higher resolutions. Well, this is a new game, and it's 1080p, and maybe they haven't figured out how to unlock it. Maybe something's wrong with the lock. Someone broke it. But to Sony's defense, it does look like Nintendo might not be getting this game anytime soon because the developer did say that there's something we're considering in the future. You know, you hear that a lot about the Nintendo Switch, and I'm not trying to dump on every single console, but come on, people. If you're using the Nintendo Switch as your primary console, you are not very happy because there's no CD drives for it. You can't really do much with it. So some games are going to be coming sooner or later. Maybe it'll be like Skyrim, and you'll get it like 5 years later. Well, that's all the news I got for you guys right now. Like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, so you know as soon as my news becomes available. Thank you guys for watching. God bless, and I'll holler at y'all later.